Hello and welcome back to Higher Sense with Haz, and today we're going to be reviewing African Leather by Memo Paris. African Leather by Memo Paris is an eau de parfum concentration which only comes in this 75ml bottle. I believe you could get it in a 200ml bottle, but I've been unable to find that more recently, so I'm not sure if that's been discontinued. However, my bottle is a 75ml bottle, and I'll go through the notes with you now. In the top we have cardamom, cumin, saffron and bergamot. Then in the mid we have geranium, patchouli, leather. And in the base we have agarwood, musk and vetiver. I would describe this fragrance as a oriental spicy woody based fragrance, and the bottle, as you can see, is a very interesting bottle. It looks like it's right out of the 80s, which isn't a bad thing. It's got a rather simplistic gold cap, fits nicely. It's non-magnetic, which is a shame. The bottle, as hopefully you can see here, is a frosted glass. I'm not sure what colour the juice is, as the bottle is brown, but it looks like a light yellowish colour. And on the front you have a rather lovely gold plaque which is risen, and then you have a lovely picture of what I believe may be a leopard sitting in the Serengeti, and then you've got the name of the brand here, Memo Paris, and the name of the fragrance, which is African Leather. And let's see what the atomizer produces. The atomizer sprays like this. That's nice. The atomizer is decent. Whew, that's fucking wonderful, that. Bloody hell, I love that. Whew. Memo Paris is a niche brand, and the name of the fragrance, African Leather, is a bit misleading. So if you're looking for a leather-based fragrance, which is leather prominent or leather dominant, then I think you'd be disappointed with this, because although there is leather in the notes, I wouldn't say it's a leading player so far as the notes go. I would say this fragrance is certainly spice heavy and spice led, and there is a list of spices in this fragrance which I've just read out previously. In the top there's an opening blast of cumin and cardamom. These are very spicy, and there's also some bergamot in there which gives it some lift, a slight bit of brightness, and it softens these spices off the top. There's also a touch of saffron in here, which again adds to the opening spicy feel, and straight off the bat with the opening blast it is spice heavy. In the mid you have geranium, leather and patchouli. Now, as I've mentioned before, the leather is there. It's somewhat detectable, but it's a very smooth leather. It's almost like a suede, and it's not rugged at all, and it certainly isn't in your face. There's also patchouli in this, which gives it its earthy, soily feel. And also in the mid you get geranium. The geranium adds a touch of rose and a bit of lemon to this fragrance, and it takes the edge off the spices. I would also say that is slightly aromatic. Now, the agarwood in here, also referred to as oud, it's quite soft, and it complements the spices here. It's certainly not an aggressive oud or a barnyard type of oud. I would also say that there's a woody undertone in this. The musk and the vetiver certainly brings that across, but the agarwood gives the other notes, especially the spices, a nice base to sit upon, because these are heavier notes and they need a good solid backbone to carry the fragrance through its life. The musk and the vetiver warms this off with the earthy, warm, well-rounded feeling. I would say the top notes last a good couple of hours and they settle down somewhat, but do last throughout the fragrance. And then I would say the mid comes in after this mark, after the 2 hour mark, and that lasts for a good 3 to 4 hours, and then you get the base notes. I would say the base notes come in at around the 3 hour mark, and they last throughout the life of the fragrance. This is a soft, warm, spicy fragrance that develops on the skin as time goes on with warmth and your body chemistry. It's smooth, it's warm, it's very refined, and it also comes across as exotic, and that's what gives this fragrance the special feel. The projection on African Leather by Memo is good. I would say it's 2 to 2.5 feet. The longevity is also good, and I would say it lasts anywhere between 6.5 to 8 hours, and that is on 3 to 4 sprays. The sillage and the scent trail on this fragrance is excellent. The sillage being the nice fragrance bubble that surrounds you, and the scent trail as you're walking or moving, the scent trail is what is left behind. Albeit this is smooth and it is soft, the French perfumery coming to the fore here, I would say it is quite dense, it is quite full, and it leaves a lovely scent trail in the air. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like I've mentioned, this fragrance at around the 3 to 4 hour mark gives off an exotic feel, and I would say that African Leather does invoke the warm feel that you would get on the African plains, maybe towards the jungle, on the sands, and certainly the earthy feel that you get from this. I would say that this scent could transport you to Africa. Even though I've never been to Africa myself, I would like to go there on a safari one day. I would say that this is quite photorealistic, and upon smelling this fragrance, I could believe I'm there. I would say this fragrance does lean masculine, although a confident, strong woman could wear this at 1 or 2 sprays. It is quite soft, it is French perfumery, so I believe a lady could wear this as long as she's confident. What seasons could you wear African Leather by Memo Paris? I think it would have to be autumn and winter. I don't think you could wear this in the summer at all. I think it would be just too strong and too overpowering. You could get away with this in the spring at very few sprays. It is such a scent profile that, again, it's exotic, it's unique. So if you did want to wear this, you do have plenty of options through the year to wear this one. Where to wear this fragrance? I would say dressed up and business meetings. Certainly you could wear them there. It's refined, it's sophisticated, and it's a beautiful scent. It's not going to offend anybody. Neither do I think is it going to, split opinions and having some people thinking, oh, what's that? Whereas other people might think, oh yeah, that's really pleasant. I think it would give positive results all around. You could also wear this on evening socials. I do believe you could also wear this on date nights, and the reason I say this is because the fragrance itself, it's a beautiful fragrance, it's very well put together, it's smooth, it's classy, and it's beautiful. That's what I would say about this. It's exotic, but it has a lot of beauty and radiance, and I love it. African Leather by Memo in this size bottle, 75ml, comes in at £235 for the 75ml. By my math, that comes in at £3.12 approximately per milliliter. £3.12 per milliliter for a niche fragrance is probably what you'd expect to pay. It may well be somewhat at the top end. What I will say is, if you can find a 200ml bottle, I believe it's £410. So that would be, I think, £2.05 per milliliter, which would make it a lot better value for money. At this size bottle, at £3.12 per milliliter, I would still recommend it. I think the scent profile and what the fragrance has to offer for performance, longevity, and its composition, as well as the quality of the oils and how well it's been blended, I would certainly recommend it at the price point, albeit it's at the upper end. However, this isn't blind buy safe, and by that I mean I wouldn't just look at the notes, read descriptions and buy it, because I do think it's a very personal fragrance. Some people will love it, And some people may think this doesn't suit me. Don't think anyone's going to hate it, but for the price you're paying, I would certainly get a sample, test it on the test strip, definitely test it on your skin, because this is a fragrance which develops on your skin and it is different on different people. So get a sample, try it, wear it a couple of times throughout the day, and then see how it works for you. This fragrance is unique. It's beautiful, it's exotic, and in my opinion, I think it's a bit of a masterpiece. Get a sample, buy it now, comment below, let me know what you think of this fragrance. I don't think you'll be disappointed. The fragrance connoisseur will absolutely love it. African Leather by Memo Paris.